Rick Santelli in Chicago. Rick, over to you.
Well, thank you very much. Our guest today is Jeff Carter, Points and Figures. A lot of traders on the floor and all around the country read his blog. All right. We all have been talking about the fiscal cliff at great length.
Yes.
But there's another cliff out there, in your opinion, the healthcare cliff.
Right.
Tell me about it.
Well, I think the taxes that are going to come with that haven't been incorporated into everybody's, mind meld. But more importantly, right now, the governors are talking about should they set up statewide exchanges or should they let the federal government do it. And I think either way that they do it, it's going to be sort of a failure because we're standing on the floor of an exchange right now, and we know how an exchange works, and the way they're doing it is not how an exchange works.
What are the weaknesses with the way you perceive it to be set up?
Well, I think they have both subsidies and price ceilings, so market prices can't fluctuate.
Like an exchange in the old, communist Russia in the good old days.
Sort of like that, exactly. And so I think what will happen is there's going to be a secondary market where people will go to get goods and services. And the other thing that people forget about this place, the Merck, Board of Trade, ICE, there's a lot of technology behind it. So it's not just the price on the board, but there's clearing and settlement, there's delivery, and there's all the things that go with back office processing that people forget about. And that's an ongoing fixed cost that's very expensive. I think the Merck is probably, the CME, one of the top technological companies in the United States when you look at their infrastructure and their electronic trading structure.
So let me get this straight. Now, I'm not saying whether I like healthcare or not in this program. I don't, I guess, so I might as well say that. But it seems like a massive undertaking. I guess in a way it reminds me of Dodd-Frank. So legislation's passed, but none of the details are worked out. This is going to be, when it comes to the fiscal cliff, many have said you could take an envelope and on the back you could write, we need to extend the age, pretty much the healthcare reforms, maybe tax issues. These are easy. Everybody really knows how to fix it. Back of an envelope. But what we're talking about to set up 1/6 the economy in form of Obamacare would be on the back of the Sears Tower. It's monstrous. How are they going to set? The government isn't good at this.
The government isn't good at it, but I think what they have to do, we know the way that we were doing it was bad, right?
Oh, absolutely. Agree.
And they're focusing there on costs, not price. So that's the wrong thing. That's why costs continue to go up. But what they need to do is put the power in the hands of the individual to set the price rather than set the price and not let the individuals run around the price. So that's what happens back here.
Justice Stevens made this issue pretty much go away in many people's minds. But the more I read, and what you're talking about reminds me of an article in the Journal today, there is still going to be a huge amount of modifications / changes / revisions that are going to occur. Are they not?
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many blanks out there, but I think the core thing that they need to come to is talk about the markets like we have here. Individuals interact in that market independently to derive a price. And they're trying to set the price and then let the market go around the price. It's not going to work.
It sounds like the Ben Bernanke interest rate model. Carl, back to you.